It's time to talk NBA free agency winners and losers, folks. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA free agency. Just like when you play a game, there's a winner and loser. NBA free agency has essentially been a game, and there are going to be winners and losers, and I'm here to discuss who each of those are. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Talk a lot of NBA on this channel. Talk NFL as well with the season starting soon, so don't worry, that will come out as well. You don't want to miss out. Turn on the notifications because I post daily. What's better than that, right? Come on, you have to do it. Also follow me on my Twitter, links on the screen somewhere here and down below in the description as well. With that being said, I don't want to wait any longer. You guys see the board here. We're going to talk winners and losers. Let's get started. Did your team make it into the winner or loser? So I'm going to start by cheating a little bit and start with my own team, the Chicago Bulls. So let's obviously draw out. So we've got the winners here with a happy face and then the losers here with a sad face, okay? Because again, you don't want to be a loser. You want to be a winner. And like I mentioned, I'm going to start with my team, the Chicago Bulls, and why, to me, they are a winner this offseason, because a lot of NBA fans, casual NBA fans, might not realize the players they signed, but they got them for a bargain. Thaddeus Young, 3 years, $41 million. Tomas Satoransky, 3 years, $30 million. Luke Kornet signed a 2-year deal. All of these free agent signings that the Bulls made were under the radar because they went unnoticed, but these are exactly what they needed. They filled a need. They needed point guard depth. They needed big man depth. You got 6-man help off the bench with Thaddeus Young. And not to mention the fact that, I know this isn't free agency, but they also added a rookie in Kobe White through the draft. So the Bulls did everything they needed to do while still staying financially, smart. And that's a lot to ask of an organization. A lot of teams don't do that, as I will get to in a second. So to me, the Bulls had a very solid offseason. You met your goals, and you did it in a fiscally smart manner. And that's all you can ask for from your organization. So again, if you guys want more details on those Bulls signings, you can check out my recent videos. But that's my free agency winner number 1. Let's go to my winner number 2. And it's pretty obvious. We're going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, you signed the 2 biggest. Well, not the 2 biggest, because Kawhi Leonard hasn't signed yet, and it's really pissing me off. So again, by the time this video is going to be up, Kawhi Leonard hasn't made his decision. That's why I'm not talking about it. But Brooklyn, they got Kyrie and they got KD, okay? And I get it, Kevin Durant's going to be out for a season, but it's still Kevin freaking Durant, okay? So you're a winner automatically. And not to mention the fact that you got those guys away from the New York Knicks, who are also going for them. So the Nets, who were the B team in New York, now all of a sudden become the household name and the A-list team over the New York Knicks, who are just, absolutely devastated. And you know what? Just as we're talking about them, the Knicks are one of my loser teams. And you know what? I really did not want to put them here. I didn't want to put the Knicks here just because of this fact that they lost out, but I kind of have to, because their free agent signings to me were not awful, okay? So they ended up spreading the money out when they lost out on KD and Kyrie, and they signed Julius Randle, who I like that signing. Bobby Portis, decent player off the bench. Todd Gibson wasn't a big fan of that signing. Wayne Ellington thought they overpaid for him a little too much. And Reggie Bullock. But here's the thing. With their young players that they have in place with RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Knox, the veterans they signed and the talent they signed fit a need and are exactly kind of the secondary options the Knicks need. So I didn't hate their offseason signings. It's just they're a loser because they lost to the second team in the market, the guys that they were going for 2 years. So I'm sorry, Knicks fans. I know I'm kind of, adding insult to injury here, but you lost KD and Kyrie, not just period, but lost them to the Brooklyn Nets. So going to have to go there. Let's talk about another winner, and I've got the Philadelphia 76ers, who lost Jimmy Butler, but ended up getting better somehow, okay? Think about that. Elton Brand in Philly is doing something crazy over there. You lose Jimmy Butler, but you sign and trade him, and you get back Josh Richardson, one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league. Then you sign Al Horford, okay? Put him alongside Joel Embiid, and now you've got the biggest lineup in the entire NBA. Like, it is ridiculous how good the Sixers are. Not to mention they re-signed Mike Scott to a bargain contract. They replaced TJ McConnell with Raul Neto, who's a decent backup. So they were able to make some moves. Also, they re-signed James Ennis, who was one of the biggest contributors off the bench, to a bargain contract. Okay, he took less money. So Philly is the best team in the East, easily going into this season. I don't want to hear anything. Even if Kawhi Leonard re-signs with the Raptors, I got the Sixers as the favorite in the East. Their starting lineup: Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, who they also re-signed, of course, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid. Folks, you'll just have trouble getting a shot off against that lineup. So ridiculous lineup and ridiculous offseason for the Sixers. Let's move on to a loser, and I'm going to go to the Phoenix Suns. What are the Suns doing? Suns fans, talk to me. What are you guys doing, okay? You overpay for Ricky Rubio, 3 years, $51 million. I like Ricky Rubio. He's not worth that much. That's why I was glad my Bulls didn't sign him. We needed a point guard. Then, I mean, this, again, is not free agency as much, but I don't like the fact that in the draft you also traded away from the 6th pick, you know, and you got Dario Saric. I like Dario Saric, but really? And then you just traded away Josh Jackson. You already gave up on Josh Jackson, who was the 4th pick a couple years back. And for what? Nothing. They literally got, you know, nothing worth of value back. It was literally, here, take Josh Jackson off our hands and take all this off of it just so we can, you know, obviously get him off of our hands. So to me, I wouldn't have given up on Josh Jackson this quickly. I would not have obviously signed Ricky Rubio to that contract. And to me, the Suns are one of the most train wreck organizations. So I'm going to put them as a loser. And let's go to another loser here. And I'm going to go to the Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan, the GOAT. MJ, what are you doing? Okay, here's the thing. Michael Jordan is known as the most competitive guy in the entire athletic sports world. Period. Okay, maybe just most competitive guy, period. Can you be competitive and put out a competitive team on the floor? The Hornets, to me, and I just bashed on the Suns, the Hornets have an even worse roster than the Phoenix Suns, okay? Can you name me the best player that they have? Because they just lost Kemba Walker, and people are saying, oh, you shouldn't re-sign Kemba Walker to a max, super max deal because then, you know, you won't be able to sign other guys. I'm sorry, if you wanted to do that, and you wanted to get rid of Kemba Walker, you had 2 opportunities to trade him at the trade deadline the past 2 seasons. You didn't do that. You didn't get any assets back from then. You give Nicholas Batum a $150 million contract, okay? You sign Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. You sign Cody Zeller. Like, what are you? It is so mind-bogglingly bad how bad, if that was even a word, mind-boggling. It's so bad how bad the Hornets are right now. I'm at loss for words. I can't even speak right now. That's how bad the Hornets have been this offseason. And to me, again, MJ, what's going on? Like, can you put together a decent roster? Okay, to me, the Hornets are easily going to be the worst team in the NBA next season. They are awful, awful. I can't even name the best player. Name the starting lineup right now. You can't. It's that bad right now. Let's go to another winner. I've got the Utah Jazz, okay? Everything I said about the Sixers in the East, apply it to the Jazz in the West, okay? You trade for Mike Conley, okay? And I know that's not free agency, but you still trade for Mike Conley. You sign Bogdan Bogdanovic, okay? And then after that, to the bench, you add Jeff Green, okay? You add Emmanuel Mudiay. Boy, their roster just got deep. To me, the Jazz are now the clear favorites in the Western Conference, unless, of course, Kawhi Leonard signs with Lakers, which, of course, like I mentioned, as of this video, he hasn't. But the Jazz are the favorites in the West, okay? And the Sixers are the favorite in the East. The Jazz have been absolutely loaded going into this coming season. I can't wait to see how they perform. But to me, easily they at least get to the Western Conference Finals, if not farther than that. And let's move on to another loser. And I've got the Pacers, okay? Here's my thing with the Pacers. I contemplated putting them over here, but my thing was, the reasoning is they traded for Malcolm Brogdon, who I like. I like Malcolm Brogdon. But my problem is they lost Bogdan Bogdanovic. They lost, you know, guys like that. TJ Warren got signed or traded over to them. But to me, the Pacers signed a bunch of guys at the same position, okay? Victor Oladipo's coming back. You signed Jeremy Lamb. He's more of a 2 than a 3, okay? Malcolm Brogdon, like I said, I like him, but he's more of a 2 than a 1. So to me, there's a lot of overlap at the same position. Then they drafted a center when they already had Miles Turner. So to me, again, a lot of it did not make sense to me, kind of overlap, but that's why I have them over here. And now I'll also give you guys a few players here, if you will. And we have to go with the winner here with Khris Middleton and Tobias Harris, who are getting paid more money than Kevin Durant. Okay? More money than Kevin Durant. 4 years, 5 years, 187, 178 for Middleton, 180 for Tobias Harris. I like them. They're not worth that much, but they got paid. They need to sign. They need to give their agents, obviously a big hug because they got it done for them. I know their teams needed to re-sign them, but both teams are going to regret this contract at the end of these deals. Awful contracts for guys who are good. They're B players. They just got paid like they are a max top 5, top 10 player. And a loser in free agency, I'm going to go with Boogie, if I can freaking right here. Boogie Cousins, okay? To me, Boogie's a loser because he still doesn't have a deal as of this recording. And here's my issue with DeMarcus Cousins, okay? DeMarcus Cousins, we know the injury and the aspect of that has played a part in it. But DeMarcus Cousins, man, the attitude is the main reason behind DeMarcus Cousins not being able to get a contract. Because, again, if you're a young team, you don't want to sign DeMarcus Cousins because you don't want that influence over the locker room. And if you're an older team, you don't want to sign DeMarcus Cousins because of the injuries. I feel bad for him, but here's the thing. I do feel like if DeMarcus Cousins didn't have the baggage, quote-unquote, that he does carry, just as outside of the injuries, he would have had a contract by now. So there you have, folks, my free agency winners and losers. Again, Bulls, Nets, Knicks, Sixers, Jazz, Middleton, Tobias Harris, Knicks, Suns, Hornets, Pacers, Boogie. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. More content coming. As always, thanks for watching.